5. Happy you're with us on this Monday to kick off another work week. It's the 24th of August, 2026. We're going to have some nice weather today. Lots of sunshine, 93 the daytime high. Tuesday doesn't look bad, 92. And then look out, Wednesday we begin to get those rain chances in here, 92 the high. Thursday, a much better chance of rain, 50% chance of showers, high of 89. Even hearing that we may get a couple of inches of rain across the area, and we'll keep an eye on that and keep you updated if that's the case. That means, get out and about and do what you need to do and get ready because you might get soaked by the time we get to Thursday.
Yeah, get that yard cut now.
Yeah, Steve West in, no Richard Dixon. Richard under the weather. Again, just really struggling this year with some issues, and we're thinking about him, a little prayer for him this morning, and maybe back tomorrow. If not, we'll figure that situation out. Thank you, John Bird, for jumping in here a little early this morning to help us out. Yeah, and Steve West in studio. Check us out on YouTube at Real Talk 995 TV. That is where we are, and glad that you guys are with us this morning. We appreciate it. Call or text us if you like it. Again, 545-9950. This is an interesting story, and we followed it. I remember we were on the air at the time, Richard and I, 2023. This was a case down in Tuscaloosa where there was a shooting and the murder of Jamia Harris in January of 2023, not far off the Strip, if y'all remember this story. But this one involves a Tuscaloosa jury that has awarded $9.25 million in damages to Kia Spears, and this was on Thursday. It's a defamation lawsuit. It was filed against the New York Times, and here's what happened. The lawsuit filed by Spears in federal court May of 2023 after Billy Witz, a New York Times reporter, falsely identified Spears at the scene of the murder in January of 23 in Tuscaloosa. Former Alabama basketball player Darius Miles has been charged with capital murder and has pleaded not guilty. He is still awaiting trial. The shooting received national media attention due to multiple Alabama basketball players allegedly being present at the scene of the crime. Shortly after Spears filed a lawsuit against the newspaper, the New York Times acknowledged that its original article claiming Spears was in the crime scene was incorrect.
There you go. So they basically admitted that they were at fault,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where you get this. I imagine they'll appeal probably not on their guilt, but on the amount.
Yeah, because that seems
That's
really,
a lot.
really high.
But we need to be holding, if you are claiming to be a journalist to give the who, what, when, where, why, and how, make sure you got your facts correct.
Yes, and be very careful. And it's just kind of a good reminder that I'm thinking specifically the most recent case, this Waffle House shooting in Gadsden. There was a woman's name that was published. She may have very well have been a part of this. We're not sure,
Right.
alleged. But they did get a hold of her and questioned her. And we're not hearing anything more about that today. We're hearing that there was a male that turned himself into authorities, believed to be the person, the suspect that they wanted to talk to, involved in this particular situation. So, again, you do have to be kind of careful when you're a journalist to put this in print, in writing, that there are particular names involved with it, because if you find out otherwise that they weren't, and now, I mean, this guy's name is going to probably, when you search it, if you go to any search engine and you search it, it's possible that his name is popping up as part of this story.
Yeah,
and I'm
based
sure
upon
if,
the New York Times story, I'm sure.
right. And if you are completely innocent and didn't have anything to do with it, the last thing you want is your name to be attached to something like this.
Yeah.
So in lies why he filed the lawsuit, and congratulations on winning the lawsuit. And again, everybody's to a point where they're in such a hurry to be the very first to put it out there. And you
Right.
have to be careful that what you're putting out there is correct.
Or you got to be careful about who it is that you're paying attention to, because sometimes all that they're throwing out there is clickbait.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part about it, is you got to figure out who it is that you can trust and who it is that you can't. But I think about, using the lady, for example. If you say that, in this case, the Gadsden authorities interviewed, and I'll just throw a name out, Jane Doe, and then you just leave it at that, well, now all of a sudden Jane Doe's out there going, but I
I
was
wasn't
released.
there. Yeah.
You know, they questioned me and then they let me go because I'm not involved in this. But if you don't put that into the article, people start to question it, and we do what we always do. We start to fill in the blanks in our own head.
That's exactly right. And that's the danger in it. And again, I don't know if this female, a part of the Waffle House story, is still a part of that story, that she's still being investigated. She's a suspect. Maybe she was a bystander that just saw what was going on. But I question that because now they've got a male in custody. She's not in custody. So, and again, this guy probably did the right thing. And, you don't want to be falsely identified as somebody that's tied to which was a horrific murder in Tuscaloosa. I mean, this woman should be alive. She should not be dead, and had a young child at the time as well, as I recall the whole story. But Spears said, he said, I want to thank God for the outcome after the verdict was announced on Thursday. He said, I was honored to have an amazing legal team. I'm also thankful for attorneys. Stephen New was one of them, Matt Glover, Ginger Buck, for fighting the case on his behalf. And apparently they did a heck of a job.
Yeah,
because,
good on them.
Because he's got, that judgment. And it could very easily get overturned. We'll see what happens with it. You just never know about these things.
Well, and then there's the other side of it when it comes to Darius Miles. This happened back in 2023, and he still hasn't gone to trial yet.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I don't know, because we're looking at 3.5 years.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Coming up on 2027. I don't know what the delay is on it.
I wonder.
You guys follow Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival at all? You keep up with it?
I
Have you
love
ever
it.
been to one?
I know of it. I've never been to it.
Yeah. Apparently the one that is supposed to take place next year is not going to happen. Festival organizers announced, it's an interesting reason. Festival organizers announced the popular musical festival is taking a much-needed year off to let the venue's grounds, known as the Farm, recover from consecutive years of storms. And probably, I would also think that when you have this event, this festival, that's a lot of people, and probably a lot of garbage, and tramples down the grass. And if you think about it, you have enough wet weather and things to help it rejuvenate. If you've had, a lot of heavy rain, like flooding rains, or you've had no rain, like drought, that would be problematic for that area where maybe you need to give it a break. So that's what it looks like they're going to do. They're going to be like, we're not going to do this next year.
Yeah. Like, watch the documentaries, any documentary literally on Woodstock.
Yes.
And the rain that they had and how much of a mess that created for them.
What a disaster.
Yeesh. So I can only imagine.
What an absolute mess.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, they said it wasn't an easy decision and not one taken lightly, but our hearts, we know this breaks will only make Bonnaroo better. You're probably right about that. Again, since it's on a farm, let it repair itself. I don't think it's going to kill everybody that, you're going to take a year off from doing that event. It should be okay. How do you guys feel about this? First of all, I don't like to have, we in our lives are going to have blood drawn from us, right? I mean, it's just a part of life. From time to time, check you out, make sure you're okay. Maybe, you're having some kind of surgery, whatever it is. But this is kind of freaky that this is where we are. But the FDA apparently has cleared the first robot that draws blood on its own. So when I first saw the headline, I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. Then I read a little bit more about it, and I was like, I don't know that I want to be the first person to do this, but maybe, put me down further down the line. The deal is this. Federal regulators have authorized the first robot capable of drawing blood from a patient's arm on its own with no one guiding the needle. The device is called Aletta. It is cleared for use in adults at outpatient clinics, the walk-in sites where most routine blood work is done. The Food and Drug Administration announced this last week. The trained professional who typically draws your blood still has to start each session and stay nearby in case something goes wrong. Thank goodness.
Kidding.
But one person can oversee 3 of these machines at once. Clinics across the country are short on trained blood-drawn staff, and patients are waiting longer. Blood draws are one of the most commonly performed medical procedures.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we talk about that all day. But the machine tells the patient how to position your arm. Okay, so you probably your hand maybe face up
Yeah.
on either your right or left arm, and then the patient or the supervisor presses a button. Aletta uses near infrared light and ultrasound to locate a usable vein and to tell veins apart from arteries. If it cannot find one, it stops. Okay, I like that.
Thankfully.
The robot can't find a good vein, it stops. Good. Don't start poking the veins because that's what you do.
Yeah. I'm not a pincushion.
No. If it finds a good vein, the robot handles the rest: tourniquet, skin cleaning, needle insertion, tube changes, needle disposal, and bandage. It does all of that. This robot does all of that.
Ain't no robot touching my arm.
I'm sorry, I'm unconvinced. I have to admit, and here's the deal. I've got it's just a regular doctor's appointment, but after what the surgery I had in 2021, every 6 months, and it's time for labs,
Right.
which means they're going to draw blood.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm.
Not you.
It better be a human.
Yeah. Can you opt out?
Better be a human.
Maybe you can have to. Several safeguards are built in. Disinfectant is applied to the skin throughout the scan, and a trained worker cleans the machine between patients. We hope. That's the part that freaks me out a little bit.
No,
I mean, when you're talking blood and needles, this
mess around.
really needs to be. Don't you know what I mean? Like, oops, we forgot that.
Yeah.
We forgot to disinfect that between Jane Doe and
I
Bob.
I get the need. I
Yeah.
do. I get the need, lack of personnel and all that, but yeah. I want to be the last person that this robot comes
The
to.
robot has a bad day. Stick. It keeps jabbing you.
No.
Uh-uh.
I don't wanna do it.
If someone moves too much, in other words, maybe you got a young person and the arm is moving around. If they're moving around too much mid-draw, the needle detaches and the procedure halts. Onboard sensors can also pause the draw and alert the supervisor. So in other words, this is kind of like when you're on the plane and you need the flight attendant, you hit the little button, something goes off and will tell whoever the person that is around to make sure everything is going okay. Hey, we have a problem here. This was put on pause. I have a feeling they're going to be really busy. Not the robot, the person that's overseeing all
Yeah,
of
they're
this.
going to be constantly.
This is kind of
running around.
like the self checkout at Costco. There's always someone there because that the self checkout is a
Right.
little, you
Well,
go too
and
fast.
and they don't give you the access to the gun, so they have to be there to be able to pull it out.
Does that not drive you
and
crazy?
scan that.
Does that not drives
It
me
does.
crazy?
Give me access to the gun.
I'm like-
Everybody else does.
I have a case of water here. What am I supposed to do? Pick it up?
I got to
and-
wait for you. You know?
Well, yeah, right.
And you're over there. You're busy. I get it. But I got to wait for you. Let me have access. Every other shopping place on the planet practically
gives you
gives
the
me
gun.
access to the gun.
Right, the scan
Why aren't
gun.
you?
Right. That makes no sense.
Let-
And you think everything is in bulk, so you're supposed to pick up all those bulk items
Yeah.
and somehow scan them over
No.
that scanner thing. Now we're back to complaining about Costco and Sam's.
I know. Well, I'm actually going to go back though. So if there's a problem with the patient, the needle detaches. What if the needle is partially inserted?
Well, I think
that bothers me.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you wouldn't move at all once it's because you need to be
Oh,
really still.
you ought to say, I still, even through all the stuff that I've been through, I still do not like needles.
I don't. Do
and
you look at it when they do it?
No.
No, I can't look either.
But I warn the person because it generally changes from where my doctor and the labs that are right down the hall. And I'll tell them, I'm gonna do everything that I can to keep my arm steady, but the rest of me is gonna be moving around a lot.
And they're like,
And
really,
they're like,
really,
okay.
Mr. West?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
when the
okay.
robot arm comes out and
See,
grabs your arm.
I'm as still as I can be because I want them to have every opportunity to get
Well,
it
like
right.
I said, I will
And
do
if
I will
I
do
don't
my
do
level
my
best
part-
not to do anything. But man, my legs are dancing a jig, and I'm just doing everything that I can not to pay
And
attention.
you're like, hurry. And they're
I
like,
am- I've
this is
never
going to stick
been-
for just a minute. Oh, no, it's going to hurt for a
It's
second.
gonna hurt. I've never been a fan. Never have.
I just can't watch. I'm like, go ahead and do it, but don't, turn over here and the arm is way around
Yeah.
my back. I'm like, I don't want to see it.
Hurry the heck up.
I don't want to see it. All right.
Get this over with.
3 things are coming your way next on Talk 99.5. 825 Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. And your calls, text 545-9950. Feel free to weigh in. Let's get into it. The three things that you need to know this morning.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top three things you need to know.
All right, just as we were mentioning a few minutes ago, a suspect has turned themselves in custody. This is in that shooting that took place Friday night at the Gadsden Waffle House following a football game. All of those things don't go together.
They really don't.
How can this even be? 4 juveniles were injured. The shooting took place around 10:45 p.m. at the Waffle House on Rainbow Drive. The 4 injured were taken to the hospital, listed in stable condition. The mayor there said that the suspects that they were looking for are not Gadsden City students. They talked to one person of interest. It was a female. This was on Saturday night. Several social media posts mentioned that the windows of that Waffle House were shattered and the restaurant's cook immediately yelled for patrons to get down on the floor. Good work on the cook's part to do what he could do, and apparently it was a very chaotic scene where people were injured and they were trying to get first responders in there to help them out. I think one person was bleeding quite a bit, and they were trying to get a tourniquet on that. And can you imagine families and kids after a football game in a Waffle House, and you got to be concerned about shots being fired through the glass.
Just trying to get something to eat before they get on home, and somebody with a grudge or whatever decides to go and settle their grudge by using a firearm. You're ruining your life.
Yeah, and I don't, we don't know further details. I imagine that Gadsden Police will come out later today with more information. Was there a connection, or was this completely random? Really, what was it about, especially if this was not a Gadsden City student? If it was, I don't know, maybe a student from another school, like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a grudge involved and they were, trying to, I don't know, figure that out. So, I don't know. This is another strange one that happened in the early morning hours, a standoff at a Birmingham gun store. This went on for 2 hours. Police were called on a burglary alarm. This was at American Tactical Gun and Knife Works. They are located in the 900 block of Gadsden Highway. Shots were fired inside the business with people who were in the store. Now, the store is closed on Sundays, and the incident started about 9 o'clock p.m., and you're like, well, that seems odd. 3 people were detained for questioning just after 11 p.m. It's believed that the owner was inside the store at the time of the incident. One bystander said that the owner and his family live inside the store, but we have not confirmed that. So maybe a family argument of some sort, and of course, you've got all the weapons right there because you're inside a gun store.
Well,
kind of makes it easy.
And if you're somebody who has a thought,
Yeah.
a crazy thought of, hey, robbing a gun store, keep in mind, most of the employees there, they're armed.
They're all armed. Yeah.
It's a bad
So
call,
it
man.
could be that somebody was trying to burglarize because the alarm went off,
Maybe.
or maybe one of them set it off. And again, either a family argument or maybe somebody broke in. We hope to get more details on this because there's a lot of speculation about what's going on.
Yeah.
Either way,
Have to wait for the whole thing to come out.
that's kind of scary about
is.
what
It
happened
really
there.
is.
Yep. And finally, this, y'all look out a little bit later on today because it could be very interesting. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is going to hold a press conference. This will be at 12 o'clock. John, listen up. 12 o'clock today.
We got it.
Andrew McLean will probably more than likely carry it. It talks about new U.S. sanctions against Iran. The sanctions, Bessent said, expected to be the toughest in history. At dawn begins an economic D-Day, is what he said. That was this morning. The U.S. will collapse the Islamic Republic. They're on their knees right now. We're getting ships through. Nothing's coming in or out of Iran. And now Scott Bessent is going to make things even worse for Iran, being that, you don't want to negotiate, you don't want to talk, you don't want to make a deal. Well, look what's coming next. And we're going to find out at about 12 o'clock today. So be sure to have that on or have us on today, and we'll keep you updated on it. More coming in a minute, 8:29, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. 8:35, Dixon and Vining. The car is there for you. Steve West in the co-host position. John Bird behind the glass. No Richard Dixon. He's out today. And again, we're thinking about you, Richard. Even get this one from Angry Trucker. He said, "Good morning, y'all. Number one, please give Richard my best. I give him a hard time, but I actually told him in very high regard. I hope he feels better soon." He's struggling. He's having a hard time. He said, "Congratulations, Valerie, on your hole-in-one. I've never even held a golf club, but I do fish. My goal as a fisherman is to catch a 10-pound bass."
There you go.
Yeah, so, hey, I'll wish you luck on that, Jerry. Hope you catch that. Yeah, an exciting day yesterday on the golf course. First time ever, and I'm just going to keep talking about it till I'm sick of talking about it, 'cause I probably won't be able to say that again for a very long time. It was a lot
think
of
you
fun.
should.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite the accomplishment.
He even said your coworker should throw you a hole-in-one cupcake party Friday. Hint, hint, Steve. Y'all
Oh,
have a great day.
that's on me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on you. Are you saying that Richard won't be here by Friday?
I wonder.
Hopefully he'll
Let's
be back
hope he'll be
soon.
back by
Hopefully
Friday,
he'll be
yeah.
back. We're looking at the calendar, and I was like, man, it's the 24th of August already.
Phew.
But I'm telling you, what's great about living in Alabama is the number of months that we have to enjoy outdoor weather. And I mean, really fantastic weather in September. It still feels great. October can be really nice. And I'm talking about maybe getting out on a boat. Rodney's Marine is out on Lake Logan Martin, and they know it too, that boating season can go well into October. So if you have not purchased a boat and you're still thinking about, I want to get out on the water, we still got a lot of time to do that, go ahead and purchase that boat. You can do that through Rodney's Marine out there on Highway 231, Lake Logan Martin in Cropwell. These guys are absolutely the best. Love you, Rodney. Kimberly, his wife, the guys that work on the boats, they are all super people. And that's why we highly recommend Rodney's Marine, the Suzuki-powered engines. We're talking about Starcraft Silverwave pontoons, Savannah Center consoles. They've got great financing. You can ask them about that. Maybe even rent a boat. And we say this because sometimes you think, well, so-and-so's birthday's coming up, or we've got an anniversary coming up, and I'd really like to do something special and different. Rent a boat. Take the boat out on Lake Logan Martin and enjoy yourself and see about lake life for you and your family. Promise you'll be hooked. It's a lot of fun. And Rodney's is one of the largest Starcraft and Suzuki dealers in the state of Alabama. So think about that. You get that 5 years of motor protection with the Suzuki engine, and it's a great engine because it's quiet and it's fuel efficient and very reliable. And again, you'll love the selection and service that you will get. It's the best. Rodney's Marine, Highway 231 in Cropwell, 525-1500. Call the number about renting a boat. Follow Rodney's Marine on Facebook. Visit the website, rodneysmarine.com. All right, so we were just looking on our monitors a minute ago, Steve, the crazy wildfires that are out in Nevada, and it's getting really serious out there. Fast-moving wildfire jumped over fire trucks, made it difficult for crews to reach hot spots, destroying a lot of homes. This is in northwest Reno, specifically yesterday. Shifting winds challenging firefighters trying to bring this thing under control. They have urged some 90,000 people to evacuate. That's a lot of people.
It is.
90,000 people.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's an area a little bit north, I think, of downtown Reno,
Ugh.
near a pretty well-to-do neighborhood from what we understand. And just, I can't imagine, you know, and you start getting into a situation where you get these high winds that are just whipping up the flames, causing it to jump, like you said, you know, and at that point in time, it becomes hardly controllable at all.
Yeah.
And I don't envy the people that have to fight that. I really don't.
No, we're getting word now 6 people, 3 first responders and 3 civilians were injured. Officials say that the fire was human caused. So somebody, it sounds like, don't know if it was intentionally caused or whether accidentally caused, but it was caused by a human. So they haven't really provided any more details about that. So we'll wait, and we don't know whether intentional or accidental, but either way, when you talk about 90,000 people displaced, that's pretty bad. This thing has grown to more than 23 square miles as it has spread. So some very rugged foothills are there. There's a bunch of ring cameras on some of these homes. They're capturing some of the fire, and it is intense. What we have seen is absolutely incredible. 42,000 residents ordered to evacuate. The Go Now zone expanded, reaching the edge of the University of Nevada, an additional 45,000 people in the adjacent evacuation warning zone. So this is a massive fire that they're trying to contain. And like you said, when it's dry and it's windy, it's almost futile to try to fight this thing. I mean, it's jumping, it's moving so fast. There's not much you can do. And you think about those airplanes with the buckets that, again, you're just, you're trying.
You're trying your level best, but you're trying to, in some ways, you're almost trying to find one specific needle in a whole pile of needles.
It's just, I can't imagine trying to figure this out. And you have to, really what you have to do is pray for the winds to die down so that you have a chance to get in there and start to make some headway on it. But as long as
hope
the
and pray beyond really any hope of realism, because let's face it, you're in Nevada.
Ugh.
It's a very arid area, and you don't get a whole lot of rainfall out there.
You sure don't. No, it stays dry.
But you hope beyond hope that you might actually get a little bit, so that could help you some.
That would be good. That would be good. Your text this morning, some of these back to a robot drawing your blood.
No, thank you.
I think a lot of people right now are very uncomfortable with that. But we think
They should be.
We think about, let's think about, electronics and things that have happened over a life where we're like, I'm not sure about that. I don't think I want that to happen. And slowly but surely we kind of give into it.
Right.
Right? You're like, okay, well, this is kind of where we're headed. James says this regarding blood draw. My veins are very challenging to the most seasoned professionals. It's not unusual for my veins to roll away from the needle. No robot for me. Yeah, maybe case by case position. You say, look, if you've got decent veins, and I've got pretty decent veins, I knock on wood, and I'll do that. I really have never had a problem when I go to have blood drawn. It's like, okay, no big deal. They're like, ooh, that's a nice vein, and they take it from the same spot every time. But if you have that issue, maybe the robot's not for you. Maybe special cases, if you know that your veins roll, you really need somebody to do this.
Absolutely, yeah. Or if it's very, very difficult, and we've dealt with that when it came to the Alabama prison system and executions as well. It become, if it's very, very hard to find it, then it takes somebody who is much more seasoned and able to do it. In this case, according to what they say, the robot is programmed to say, can't find it, I give up.
Yeah, with ultrasound and all those kinds of things, as long as they can see it and you hold still, then it's probably going to be still.
Yeah, I'm just,
but we're
really
leaving it up to
question this.
we're sitting here, we're leaving it up to humans, and humans can error too. What would be more precise, the human or the robot? And I think that there are people listening right now. I draw blood every day, and I'm pretty good at it. I think I'd trust the human aspect.
Absolutely, I think I would too.
Maria has thought even a little deeper into all of this. Maria says, so I just gave blood, and when they pulled the needle out, you bleed. Is the robot going to stick the little gauze pad on there and apply pressure when it becomes detached? Now, yeah, they did say that it will put a bandage on there. I didn't hear about applying pressure, but it did say that the robot does do that it cleans it, disinfects the arm, it does the needle, and it puts a bandage on there, but I don't know quite how that goes. Is it just a Band-Aid that gets tapped on there, or is there actually a little bit of pressure like they do with a gauze?
Yeah, because I tend to get a little wad of gauze, and then you get that whole thing that wraps around your arm 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. So does the robot do that? I don't know. That sounds a little fancified. A Band-Aid maybe is what'll go there, and then, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't know. Yeah. Man, the number of questions I'm going to have for my doctor during next month's appointment. Like, you guys planning on getting that robot? Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, what are you talking about? I wonder what the thing costs. I bet it's very expensive.
Imagine so, but, here's the flip side of it. And yeah, I know I'm playing the devil's advocate on this. I get why they're doing it because of the lack of trained personnel. Mm-hmm. And the amount of money that you spend to get the person educated, trained up, and experienced enough to the point where you're willing to let them do it on their own. In other words, without somebody else watching them. That takes time, money, and effort. So I understand why they're doing it, but man, I'm far from the person who wants to be stuck by a robot.
Yeah, I don't know. And again, if maybe initially you're going to need supervisors near all these robots, and again, the cost of all of that is going to be really high.
Exactly.
Because you're paying for the person to do that, stand and observe, and you're paying for the robot to do what it does.
And who the heck wants to sit there and go, well, the robot's eventually going to take my job?
Right. Kind of like you're training the new worker that you know is going to come in and take your job. Same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but I would imagine this device is very, very expensive. Um, so I don't
Can't
know.
imagine it's cheap. Not at all.
And maybe through time, again, this is one of those things. The first rollout of this robot will be expensive, and then as you go, it becomes a little more reasonable for hospitals or doctors' offices to maybe have this thing.
Man, why do I have the song "Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Cowboys"
Oh,
running through my head?
yeah.
Tell them to be doctors
I
and
don't
lawyers
know.
and such. Get them into the medical field.
Yeah, that's where we need them.
We need people in the medical field.
More roofers, more plumbers, more electricians, and yes, more doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8:45. We're back in a minute. Dixon and Vining Talk 99.5. 850 Dixon and Vining and Talk 99.5. John Bird bringing it strong this morning. He's trying to show you up, Steve, is what he's trying to
He's
do
trying.
this morning.
Actually,
Friendly
he's probably trying to
competition.
give me hints on what I could play on my 80s music trivia night that I got coming up.
Ooh, I
Oh.
might come to that. I'm
Where's
thinking
that?
about
I
it.
want to come to that.
Solaria Brewing Company a week from Friday.
Might be able to.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Valerie,
You know
let's
what?
team up. Let's team up.
Oh, I don't think I would help you.
No, wait a minute. I
don't
take that
think-
back. Hold on. The first 80s music trivia is going to be at Cat and Bird Winery a week from Thursday. The next night, so first Thursday of the month is 80s trivia at Cat and Bird. First Friday of the month will be 70s at Solaria at their request.
See, I think we'd all be good at 70s.
Let's do
John,
it.
you and I. Well, yeah, you would be too, Steve. Yeah, we're all in that. I don't know.
Come on. Team talk.
Can we do teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, team talk.
You
99.5.
are encouraged to be part of a
two,
team.
or can you do more than
You can
two?
have as many people as you can fit at your table.
Richard, we'd kill it.
We would kill it
I mean, it wouldn't be fair, but
We-
that doesn't matter.
for the 70s.
Yes,
You think so?
let's do it. I mean, serious, that would be awesome.
You seem a little too excited about it, huh?
Yeah, I like winning.
Yeah. Solaria, well, Solaria decided they wanted to do something. Cat and Bird decided they wanted to do just the 80s, just to, have a good time as they get back to going to school. Solaria decided that the first Friday of each month, starting in September, you do the 70s, October 80s, November 90s, and December will be 2000 to 2009.
Nice. We got that.
See, 70s and 80s I could do.
Yeah, we got
You
it.
start getting into 90s, man. And 2000 to
2000,
2009.
you're starting to lose me.
And I make up my own list, so I'm going to be sitting there really struggling to try and make sure that I get a good variety.
Yeah, if it's not Hey Ya by Outkast, I'm lost.
Or some bro country, something like
Bro
that.
country,
you know?
yeah.
I don't know.
Damien
I'm
would
gonna
be
have to
good
look
for
at-
bro country.
Yeah, I may
He
have to.
loves
I
him
may
some
have to
bro
lean
country.
on him a little bit and give me a couple of hints on the country from 2000 to 2009. But for otherwise rock stuff, he's talking about Outkast. I know Nickelback and Evanescence.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. God, I forgot about Evanescence. Gee whiz. That sounds like a lot of fun. We'll have to talk about that. Just don't let us.
Danny would probably love to have you come on.
Yeah, that might
I'll
be
buy the
fun.
first round.
Of what?
Beer.
Oh, beer. You're going to do beer?
It is Solaria.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Unless you're coming to Cat and Bird for the 80s thing
And then
next
it's
Thursday.
wine. Oh,
But we do offer, and here's the thing, Cat and Bird and Solaria have paired up, so Cat and Bird does offer Solaria-based.
oh, that's pretty
beer.
smart. That's pretty smart on their
We'll
part.
make the rounds. We'll dominate.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put it on the calendar. We'll talk a little bit more about it. Let's see how Richard's doing, and we'll make plans accordingly.
Yes.
All right. 10 menu items you should avoid ordering at Taco Bell.
I avoid all.
All.
You don't
I've
go?
I've got IBS. I can't go near that. If I go near that place, my stomach starts rumbling.
Uh-oh.
Really? So
Yeah.
no Taco Bell
No
at
Taco
all?
Taco
Bell
for
for
you?
John
for
Bird.
me at all.
Oh,
Can-
that's
can
Not
you
even
do
the Baja
tacos
Blast.
at all?
yeah. Regular tacos, like
Depending on where it's from?
Yeah, if it's like I usually do like a quesadilla or something that doesn't have the stuff that would trigger. Like a chicken quesadilla, I'm okay.
Okay.
what triggers it? The lettuce, the taco shell, the
No,
sauce,
the meat and sauce.
the
Just
meat and sauce.
yeah.
But you don't necessarily get the sauce in a quesadilla.
Yeah,
That's true.
Right. Yeah.
I told you that I finally went to the Taco Bell. I was headed down to the beach the
Yeah.
week I was off, and because there was nothing else, I guess it was a Popeyes. It was closed. The bathrooms at the McDonald's, they had both of them closed. I was going to go in the men's. I had to go so bad. Nope, both of them closed. And I was like, well, there's a Taco Bell. I'll go over there. And I was like, okay, I'm in here. I might
Yeah,
as
you
well order
feel-
something.
Yeah, you
I mean, I
almost
haven't
feel
eaten in there in
obligated.
30 years, y'all. I'm not exaggerating.
Since the powdered meat.
I mean,
incident.
I don't know where right, something, I don't know. But I did order, and I was scared to death to order the lettuce. So I ordered some kind of beef burrito with just cheese on it. She goes, you want lettuce on that? I was like, oh, no, hold the lettuce. And it just was meh.
Yeah.
Sorry. It just was meh for
Honestly, I can't remember the last time I was at Taco Bell. It's been a while.
me. I said,
It's
all
been
right.
quite a while.
All right. Here is one of the things to avoid at Taco Bell.
All right.
The crunchy taco. While the crunchy taco is part of Taco Bell's early 1960s original story, the fact remains that it's just not that good. This is from Alex Springer. Alex doesn't care for it.
Apparently.
Sure, it's among the cheapest items on the menu, and it's admittedly kind of fun to see how many of them you can eat in one sitting. Really? However,
When did that become
I
a
don't
challenge?
know when you were in high school.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
We don't do that as adults.
No, not anymore.
No, because we know the end result of that.
And I've watched Man versus Food. That's about as close as I want to get to those kind of challenges.
Number 2, soft taco. Taco Bell soft taco is a vast improvement over the crunchy taco. Its softer tortilla can take a beating in the Taco Bell bag, which immediately solves the crunchy taco's main issue. Once that problem is solved, however, you still are left with an extremely basic flavor profile. Like the crunchy taco, the soft taco only has seasoned beef, lettuce, and cheese. That sounds really boring.
It really kind of does. But then
Yeah.
again, that's a taco.
Beef, lettuce, and cheese. How about some sour cream and some sliced tomatoes?
Yeah, cooked
But
onions.
it's gonna
it
be
up.
the low fat sour cream. You know that. This is Taco Bell.
Why did they do
I
low
don't.
fat? Spicy potato soft taco. What the heck?
That's a taco? That's not a taco.
What is that?
Sounds like a pita pocket or something like that.
The
Potato
picture of it looks absolutely horrendous bad. It looks like a fried frog coming out of it. I don't know what that is.
That's not good.
No, let me turn this around to you.
Okay.
You tell me what that is. Like a fried frog.
No.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah,
It looks
That's
nasty.
not good.
There was a time when the spicy potato soft taco wouldn't be on the list, but that was before the restaurant unveiled its game-changing nacho fries. Well, what's nacho fries got to do with potato soft tacos? Nothing. With
Yeah,
those,
what puts that on the list?
I don't know. Taco Bell's spicy potatoes became the ultimate second fiddle. This isn't to say that the spicy potatoes are bad in any way. They also can help the fact that nacho fries happen to be the most successful product launched in Taco Bell's history. This taco is simply on the list because it's a spicy potato dish that isn't as good as the nacho fries. Well, you know what? What's this guy's name? Alex. Alex, you're an idiot.
So
All right.
basically, you've said you liked it until they came out with the nacho fries. Now you're going to put it on a list of a food to avoid?
What has it got to do with
That
that?
doesn't
That
make
don't
any
make any
sense
sense
whatsoever.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, dude,
Again,
you're off the
Top
wall.
10 items you should avoid ordering at Taco Bell.
Yikes.
Cinnamon twists.
Why would you avoid that?
Have you had them?
I think Karen brought them home at one time.
Good. John,
I didn't mind them.
John,
Eh.
no cinnamon twist for you. Okay, well, we'll move on from this.
I mean, it's not a major go-to. I'm not a big cinnamon person, but I didn't find them to be horrible.
All right, how
I
about
know, that's a resounding compliment right there, isn't it?
this looks actually pretty good. The bacon breakfast crunch wrap.
That sounds good.
It looks really, really good. I mean, I would order that, and he's saying no, that it's bad. I don't know why you would say that. If you're looking for a good breakfast item,
So
what
it has
more-
eggs in it?
Bacon and Taco Bell have had a tenacious relationship in the past. With a bacon breakfast crunch wrap is yet another example. Whether the bacon is there as part of a new menu item or if it's added by consumer request, it doesn't taste very good. Oh, so he has a problem with the
So it's a
bacon.
problem with the bacon. Well, I could see where that would be a problem, though.
There's a bit too much smoke flavoring, and the small pieces tend to exude more grease than other fast food bacon varieties. Both of these negative aspects come into play with the bacon breakfast crunch wrap. I don't know. That looks good to me. I would order that. Alex, I'm disagreeing with
It
you.
sounds good. I wonder if they're doing like a liquid smoke to add flavoring to
Yeah,
it.
that's for an old fashioned. Don't put that in
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't do that,
wrap.
no.
You know what I mean? Cheesy Fiesta potatoes. Yeah, these look very lame with the sour
Italy.
cream and cheese on it. The main issue with the spicy potato soft taco is the Fiesta potatoes. I think we're about to run out of time here. John Bird, where's my bag timer? So there you go. We didn't get to all of them. Maybe more in a minute.